Okay, so for our final video in the subscription billing module, we're just going to run through some of the configuration underlying some of the items and service commitments that we've been working with. Working our way down in terms of some sort of a hierarchy, the items are assigned to what's called a service commitment package. Upstream of that is a service commitment template. And so this is just high-level settings around invoicing structure and timing that get defaulted onto the service commitment package when you select one of these templates. So we've got let's have a look at our cable sports. Just get rid of some of this just to get rid of the noise. Our cable sports package, we've defined that we're invoicing via item number 1019, which we'll go have a look at in a minute. That's just a cable package item. And that's what that item selected there was what will be what will show up on the customer's invoice each month. Moving along, so calculation base type, so we're taking the item price, but you could also take the document price or document price and discount. Calculation base, the percentage of the price of the item that we're taking. So we've just been using 100% in all of our examples. Billing base period, so the price that's stated relates to the billing base period, so of 1 month. So if we're billing monthly, we're taking 100% of that item price that was originally on the sales order or pulled into the customer contract. We haven't covered any usage-based billing, but that's also an option in there. So they're the key fields on the service commitment template. We come out of there and we'll go and have a look at the service commitment package. So let's go into the cable combo, which we've been working with. So in here, we've got 3 service commitment items. 2 for the customer, as we've covered. One's just the cable base pack and then a additional sports pack. You can see the fields that have defaulted in from that template, so it's just picked up that invoicing item number, the calculation base type, calculation base and billing base period, and billing rhythm. And here we can also define the service commitment start formula if it's not going to be the posting date. If it is going to be the posting date, then we just leave that blank. And then when you ship that sales order, it'll be when the service commitment starts. We can define here in the service commitment package also the initial term, any subsequent term, if it's going to roll in off a 12-month term and into this one's going to roll into 3-month periods, and then with a 1-month notice period on that. Period calculation, we've got a couple of options there. We can align it to the start of the month or align it to the end of the month. And then we can lock in the prices that have been stated for a period as well. So just jumping out of the cable combo, and we're going to have a look at the sports magazine, which is the other service commitment package we've been working with. This one's a little bit different in that it, as we'll see in a little bit when we go and have a look at the item itself is the service commitment. So in this case, there's no requirement to have an invoicing item and we just basically define the service commitment package itself, which is assigned to the service commitment item. And we'll go through that in a minute. Very similar though, other than that, in terms of calculation base, all of these fields are still required, and can be configured accordingly. So let's go and have a look at our items. Maybe first we'll set up a new item to be, so instead of our really big television, which we sold in the initial recording, let's just pick another inventory item, and we'll set that up to offer a cable package with the sale of it. So in this case, we'll just grab the Paris guest chair in black. And to offer service commitments with the sale of this item, we first of all just need to change the setting. We could define a deferral template there, but this is the key setting here, the service commitment option. So at the moment it says sales without service commitment. We want to change that. We're going to add a service commitment package to this item. To be able to do that, we first need to change it to a sale with service commitment. Now we can go up to the item on the ribbon and select service commitments. Add new. Looks like it's already done that for me. And here we can say, okay, with this item, we're going to sell our cable sports combo. If I tick standard, whenever I add the Paris chair to a sales line, the cable combo will automatically be applied to that line. If I leave it unticked, that means it'll pop up and offer to remind the user that you could sell the cable combo with that Paris chair. Down here in the lines, we can see those individual service commitment package lines that we've set up with that item. You could also have multiple service commitment packages to an item, and then either have them automatically apply or come up, and you could pick and choose which packages you want to add to that sales order. We won't go and test that one out. Instead, we're going to go and have a look at another item, and it's set up. So let's come up here and look at our... gone past it, sorry. Here we go, All Sports Magazine. So this item is in itself a service commitment item. And so in the service commitment option, we've said just that, service commitment item. That means it's not sold on the back of another item. It's sold in itself, so it can, like we saw, be added directly to a contract by extending the contract, or can be sold on a sales order and shipped and created that way. When you're creating these service commitment items, you do still need to apply a package to it. So you'll see here in the service commitments, we do have our sports magazine service commitment package assigned to that item. That's to make sure that not just the service object gets created, but also the service commitment. Finally, we're just going to look at, first of all, so I've changed my role or profile to the subscription billing profile. And we can see here a few new tiles, the open posting documents for customer, opening posting documents for vendor. We can also see service commitments without contract on both the customer and vendor side. Any service commitments overdue or not invoiced. So there are some useful tiles that come with that profile. There are also some jobs or reports that you can run that help with managing service objects and service commitments. So first of all, let's just look at the service objects themselves. Go on to this one here. So we can see here the customer side, vendor side, and then that additional sports package. From here we can navigate to the contract that they're assigned to. We've also got some functionality around if they haven't been assigned yet, updating any service dates. So we could make some changes in here and then update the dates on the contract. If you're using exchange rates, there's also the ability to do that. The second list that's worth noting is you can also see the service commitments. In a list form, so outside of the contract. We can link back from here to the actual object itself that was sold, or we can go forwards and into the contract. So this just provides a summary of service commitments in existence. Okay, a couple of tasks that so we've had a look at the customer commitments without customer contract. So we're looking for orphaned service commitments that need to be assigned. So it's something that maybe you run weekly. There's the same thing on the vendor side. There's also the contract renewals tasks. So basically a report pulling through contract lines that are due to expire in a period. Could be helpful to manage renewals outside of doing it on the contract header itself. Cool, so that's an overview of the config of the subscription billing module.